everything you need to know about products and services that can improve your life. This is Experts on Call on CL 650.
And we're back with Experts on Call. I'm Red Robinson, and we're talking about appliances, but more than that. We're talking about the things that go with appliances. And, you know, I was just thinking, Jack McIver is our guest here, and I was just thinking, what about vent hoods? Now, you explained to me on Monday when we talked before we did the show that people don't think of the follow-through of their appliances like venting. So tell us about vent hoods, if you would.
Okay, these are plastic vent hoods, which are destructive to the dryer.
Yeah.
This screen, which can be removed, never gets looked at. It's just a handyman will come along and buy this and stick it on the wall, and it'll fill this up, fill up lint right back into the dryer.
You're kidding me.
And I've seen the dryers turn brown from overheating. So basically, one of the reasons why they plug up in the wintertime is because they don't heat up. And this screen that they've got gets the lint sticky when it comes out, when it's coming out of the dryer vent. And it sticks on there and then stops it, and then it comes back. So these are useless. And, of course, UV eats them up also.
That would be true, yeah.
That's that one. This is one that they have, which you can put over your vent, like that.
Looks like a little basket.
It is a basket, and it fills up with lint. And you have a basket of lint, and your dryer doesn't work very well.
That's interesting. And this one?
This one is a little bit different. It's not too bad. This is another one, which it's got little pieces in there that open, but it comes out against this.
Oh.
You see, this is what sits on it. Now, if somebody remembers to go clean these things, they're fine. Because as long as you clean it, every a week or so, they don't plug up.
And how many people do?
Not very many.
You're making me think about my vents.
Look at this monstrosity. It's got a ball inside it.
Yeah.
There's a ball inside this thing.
Yeah, I see it.
And what happens when the dryer blows, it blows the ball up the hill and blows the air out. But guess what?
What?
After not too long, the lint builds up on the track, and it won't go. It can't lift it. So I see these burning out dryers all the way back, and so you got to watch what you buy. One more now.
Is this a good one, I hope?
This one here.
Yep.
Looks pretty good, but it's actually an air vent. In other words, it would be designed to let air come in.
Right.
And it's really built to plug up. So these are the ones that I see causing all the problems.
What would you recommend?
Well, this one here, we put, when we did 350 suites down in Penny Farthing, we redid the vent hoods and everything down there.
On Falls Creek, right.
Yeah, and this one has it's a bird-proof one.
Okay.
Because the birds can't get past this, and these only cost about $5, but you can put them on. But they're still plastic and marginally useful. Now, this is the vent hood that I like. Got a damper that closes.
Right.
It has a wide mouth, lets all the air out, and it's heavy.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
And it's Canadian-made, and when you put these on, everything works better.
Well, that's the question,
because nothing sticks. Because when the dryer warms up, the lint doesn't stick to it.
Ah, that's interesting. And how many people, Jack, in your experience, and you sell tons of appliances, ever think about the venting? That's why I brought it up.
Well, I think about the venting because it causes all the trouble. I took a washer and dryer to a customer in Burnaby, and he had his third set of Kenmore washer and dryer.
Third set
in 8 months. And he was sending it back, and he's getting a new Speed Queen built,
right,
washer and dryer for me. So anyway, I go in and I move the washer out because he's putting them out in the garage area so that they could be picked up. And behind that dryer was 25 feet of venting going back and forth like that. And then outside. And that was because they didn't have anything to cut it off with, I guess.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Oh.
So there's that problem. There's a problem on the outside of the house. People put plywood against it. People put firewood against it.
True.
So when I sell a new dryer or a used dryer, or I fix one, I go outside. After I get the thing fixed, I turn it on and I go outside and I feel the airflow. And if it feels good,
that's fine.
That's fine. If it doesn't feel good and I find all these different things, and a lot of times we change the hoods. I've seen 3-inch pipe is very hard on dryers.
Huh.
Anyway, you can have all the energy efficiency you want, and you just screw it all up by buying these
cheap.
They're not cheap, but they're not fit for the purpose they're designed for.
No.
Remember those words, folks.
Now, I want to talk about Speed Queen top load washers, and that to me that's the way to go because that's what we have, right?
No, you don't. You have Whirlpool when it was the best.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. I was thinking Speed Queen, but it isn't.
No. And you're lucky you got it when you did, because if you were getting one today, you wouldn't be buying it from me.
Why?
Because they have a smaller one that holds just as much water. How can you imagine your washing machine only able to fill it up half full?
Oh.
That's the problem. So you got to go for the 24-inch one.
Well, we had that problem, if you remember. We had just to bust in here for a minute, Jack. Folks, Carol and I had, when we took over our condo on Falls Creek, we had a Swedish washer and dryer. And Carol said, I can't get anything into this. I can throw a handkerchief in, and that's about it. That's
right.
And you came and took them away and replaced them with, and I thought it was Speed Queen, but it's not.
No, we don't sell the front load Hibbs Speed Queen built machine. They're $3,600, and at that time, Whirlpool pretty much is reliable. No computers.
No.
So that's. But they're gradually, repossessing all these products and putting computers in them. So I'm not sure what we'll do about that. But I know at least with the Hibbs Speed Queen built ones, they don't have computers.
But what's the difference, just from my education, between the top load, front load, and the front load? What's the advantage? I'm not getting it.
The advantage is nil.
Okay.
Because it's a debit to your time. Because a front load washing machine takes an hour and a half to wash a load. The Hibbs top load washing machine can wash 60 pounds of laundry in an hour and a half.
Huh. That's a good reason.
So it's 3 times as much, 3 times less time spent waiting for the laundry to get done.
I figured that out.
That was the problem you had with that little
what was
washer and dryer. I forget the name of it now.
Yeah, it's from Sweden. Yeah.
Expensive, too.
Oh, boy, were they ever. But like Carol said, throw a handkerchief in, that'll be it for today.
That's it, right?
It was terrible. And, that's interesting about top load and front load. But, if I can make a comment, I think that front loads appeal to people, and they go in the store and they see all the big, glass front there, and they open the door, and it's more style than substance, isn't it?
It is. And it's a situation, too, that a lot of people, when they have not owned one, that the water in the bottom of them doesn't all get pumped out. So what stagnant water with soap in it does. It gets moldy, slimy, and stinks to high heaven.
And dangerous to your health, actually.
And into your clothes.
Of course.
So I don't like them very much because of those reasons, you know.
I think you're justified.
Yeah.
You know, you made a statement to me once about next to my home or a car, appliances are the next largest expense that a homemaker faces. I couldn't relate to it. Jack, when's the time one should consider replacing their current appliances? Well, you've already told me that you can, in some cases, with the different models, you can refurbish them. That's the word I'm using. Where you rebuild them.
Yes.
But when is the best time?
It has to be, the product has to be analyzed to see how much life it has left on its string. Because you can get, like for instance, let's say you had a Speed Queen gas dryer.
Right.
60 years old. And somebody says, well, what do you think? It's lasted a long time. Is it worth spending money on? Obviously, it must be worth spending money on if you can get the parts. But 30 and 40-year-old ones, we fix up all the time, and then another 10 or 15 years in them. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing to buy rebuilt appliances. It's just hard to sell your house if you got a bunch of old appliances in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But as far as the way they work, they're way better.
Interesting. I've learned a lot here so far. Can you hang in here a little longer? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with Jack McIver of McIver's Appliances, and you're listening to Experts on Call on Sea Isle 650.
This is Experts on Call on Sea Isle 650.